August edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of the East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. We just saw some of the events coming up at your library, and with so many free events for you to choose from, our monthly newsletter, The Source, can't even begin to list them all. So go to the library's website, ebrpl.com, and browse the online calendar of events. It's searchable by date, location, and interest. And remember those favorite 3 words, free, free, free.
To get your pages turning this month, Tamika and I decided to ease you back into school with some education-themed reads. Dead Poet Society by N.H. Kleinbaum is centered around Todd Anderson and his friends. They attend the prestigious Welton Academy. They can hardly believe how different life is since their new English professor, the flamboyant John Keating, has challenged them to make your lives extraordinary. The students are inspired by Keating, and they resurrect the Dead Poet Society, a secret club where, free from the constraints and expectations of school and parents, they can let their passions run wild. As Keating turns the boys onto the great words of Byron, Shelley, and Keats, they discover not only the beauty of language, but the importance of making each moment count. But the Dead Poets' pledges soon realize that their newfound freedom can have tragic consequences. Can the club and the individuality it inspires survive the pressure from authorities determined to destroy their dreams? The book was made into a movie in 1989 and starred Robin Williams as John Keating and Ethan Hawke as Todd Anderson. The movie and book are still popular even today.
Freedom Writers is a nonfiction book written by the Freedom Writers, a group of students from Woodrow Wilson High School in Long Beach, California, and of course their teacher, Aaron Gruhl. One day, Aaron intercepted a note with an ugly racial caricature and angrily declared that this was precisely the sort of thing that led to the Holocaust. She was met with uncomprehending looks, so she and her students, using the treasured books Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, and Zlata's Diary, A Child's Life in Sarajevo, as their guides, undertook a life-changing, eye-opening journey against intolerance and misunderstanding. They learned to see the parallels in these books to their own lives. They recorded their thoughts and feelings in diaries, dubbing themselves the Freedom Writers in homage to the civil rights activists, the Freedom Writers. With funds raised by a readathon for tolerance, they arranged for Miep Gies, the courageous Dutch woman who sheltered the Frank family, to visit them in California, where she declared that Aaron Gruhl's students were the real heroes. They had appearances on primetime TV, had coverage in People magazine, and a meeting with U.S. Secretary of Education, Richard Riles. All 150 Freedom Writers graduated from high school and are now attending college. With powerful entries from the students' own diaries and a narrative by Aaron Gruhl, the Freedom Writers' Diary is an uplifting, unforgettable example of how hard work, courage, and the spirit of determination changed the lives of a teacher and her students.
This book is the basis of the 2007 movie Freedom Writers, starring Hilary Swank. Some other great movies that have an educational theme are
Stand and Deliver, Good Will Hunting, Dangerous Minds, and of course, School of Rock.
And don't forget the 80s classic, The Breakfast Club, which is my personal favorite.
And that's how the page turns.
Thanks, Tamika and Chandra. And now let's give a special invitation to all of our viewers in the Baker and Central areas. We'll be bringing Geek Week to the Central Branch Library during the 3rd full week in August, and then move on to the Baker Branch for the last week of the month. We need you to drop by the library and tell us what you geek. What's your passion? What do you want your library to provide? Plus tell us how we're doing and what we're missing. There are geek goodies and prizes to win, and if you want, we'll add your picture to the Geek Gallery. We want to hear from you, whether you're 6 years old or 96 years young. And now for today's contest, we'll draw from the names of everyone who posts to our Facebook page and shares their favorite story about their first day back at school. And while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow next month? I'll let you in on a secret. The name of the international star coming to this year's Author Illustrator program in October. And here's the hint. He's so famous, he only has one name.
Tune in next month, we'll get the lowdown on yet another awesome library branch.
Next month, I'll tell you how you can get homework help from tutor.com.
I'll be getting ready to get my geek on at a library near you.
And I'll be making sure that you start digging in your closets for collectibles to bring to Attic Treasures.
Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow. And remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 13 branches, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.